It is NFL Championship weekend. We are here. We are 2 weeks away from the Super Bowl. Now we just need to find out who our competitors are. Of course, the first game being the Eagles and the Commies. We all know, we all wish for the Commies to be there. Only the people of Philadelphia are rooting for the Eagles because their fans are terrible. As was shown in the Packers game a couple weeks ago, their fans are terrible. And then we have the Chiefs and the Bills. Both games are going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see both of them. I'm only going to talk about mainly the Chiefs and Bills here. I'm just going to say right off the bat, I am hoping for the Commies win. If Jaden Daniels plays like Jaden Daniels did the past couple of weeks, he has a really good shot to beat Philly. I mean, they had 5 turnovers about a month ago, and they still won. The Eagles collapsed in that game for sure, but the Commies played a hell of a game to win that game. It's going to be a tough game for sure. In Philadelphia, that crowd is going to be rocking, but we all know in the past that the Eagles have lost and fallen apart many a time. The Commies are playing on house money right now. If they lose, there's like, wow. In only our first year after Dan Snyder, we went to the NFC Championship game. The sky is the limit. The future is bright. We have our franchise quarterback, and things are only going to get better from here. The Eagles have everything to lose because if they lose this game or lose in the Super Bowl, what do the Eagles do? I mean, they still have a young team. They still have a really good team. But let's be honest. I'm not going to say if the Eagles lose, Sirianni gets fired, but I think there's a high probability that people are going to be calling for his head. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. In the end, I think the Commies lose by 3, 27-24. But now to the Bills. Now to the main presentation. The Bills versus the Chiefs. Rematch of a matchup from 2 months ago. The Bills won that game. The Bills outplayed the Chiefs in that game. The Bills were the better team that day. And yes, the playoffs are a whole different animal. We know that Patrick Mahomes has beaten Josh Allen in the playoffs 3 times? 3 or 4 times? And every time it just hurts the soul because it's like the NFL is behind the Chiefs 100% of the way. The refs are behind the Chiefs 100% of the way. What do the Bills got? Bills are on the road for sure. It's going to be a tough environment. That crowd is rocking. That Arrowhead Stadium is one of the hardest places to play in the NFL during the regular season, let alone during the playoffs. Josh Allen has been great. In the 3 losses he's had this year, 7 touchdowns to 1 interception and 3 losses. That's a hell of a score. I mean, he's probably your MVP this year, and if he continues to play like he has been, the Bills have a great chance to win. Now, they gotta be consistent. They gotta make the whole first half like they did last week, the whole game, because after halftime, they only kicked 3 field goals. They only kicked 2 field goals. And the Ravens, sure, were able to make a game of it, but they made too many turnovers. And that's going to be, again, the deciding factor in this game. Who turns the ball over at Luis and who is able to take advantage of those potential turnovers. That's going to be the main game. Now, again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't want to blame the refs. I don't want to blame them, but come on. The Chiefs have benefited from the refs in every way possible. Like, come on. Say what you want about other quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes flopped last week. Should not have got a penalty. There should have been at least a couple less penalties on the Chiefs. And frankly, the Chiefs sure against the Texans, and the Chiefs should have had a couple of penalties. There should be a flopping penalty in the NFL when Patrick Mahomes falls down like that, hands in the air, prostrate, just ready to fall down and take a hit. You need to call a penalty on that. Like, come on, that's ridiculous. That's not playing the game. That is looking for penalties because you know You're not good enough in that situation to win the game. And that's sad to say because the Chiefs are a great team. They shouldn't need to fall for things like that. But that's what happened. The Texans played a far better game last week and they still lost. They still lost. If the Bills continue to play like they have been and their defense stays up like they have been, the Bills have a great shot to win. It's going to come down to Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Which one of these quarterbacks plays a better game? And if any of these defenses are able to get a stop, that'll give them a huge edge. Also, running game. Pacheco has not been the same since coming back from injury, but Kareem Hunt has been great. I mean, sure, he's not churning out yards left and right, but he's scored in just about every playoff game he has ever played in. And probably this week, when they play the Bills, he'll probably have another one. Travis Kelce in the playoffs is a real thing. Playoff Travis Kelce is a real thing. Just look at what he did last week. Over 100 yards. Like, 13 catches. He just gets open in the playoffs. It just feels so scripted how this old guy who's clearly lost a step. Travis Kelce has clearly lost a step, but he's still good. He's still able to make plays out there. And if the Bills can shut him down, that'll be a huge help for them. Back to the running game for the Bills. James Cook. I know he's not Josh Jacobs, he's not Saquon Barkley, he's not Derrick Henry, but he is a top 10 running back in this league. And when the Bills have a balanced attack, they win games. They just do. But like it has been in the playoffs, if the Bills want to make the Super Bowl, they need Josh Allen to win it. I don't mind the conservative play calling at times. It's good to prevent chances for easy turnovers and stuff like that. But if the Bills want to win, they need Josh Allen to win it for them. They need Josh Allen to win it for them. And if he continues to play like he has been and, has a real shot to get the last drive of the game, the Bills are probably going to win. But, again, it comes down to how much the NFL is going to give the Bills, how much leeway they're going to give, because the NFL is going to be looking for offensive pass interference, or they're going to be looking for offensive pass interference, defensive pass interference against the Bills, and roughing the passer. Anytime Von Miller, Matt Milano, or Greg Rousseau hits Patrick Mahomes, hold your breath, Buffalo fans, because the NFL is going to be deciding, do we throw a penalty here? Do we throw a penalty here? Yeah, the rest are going to be like, we should probably throw one there. It's not really a penalty, but we'll throw one there just to give our boy Patrick a shot. Like, come on. Patrick Mahomes is too good. Patrick Mahomes is too good to have to depend on the likes of the referees to win him games. It's really sad and pathetic. But we all know it's true. Don't hate me, NFL. Just be honest. Just be honest. Just say you want the Chiefs to win. We know you do. Just so we know, so there's a level playing field out there. I'm rooting for the Bills for sure in this game. I hate the Chiefs. I hope they lose. I'm trying to be as impartial as possible, but come on. The Chiefs need to go down. There doesn't need to be a three-time back-to-back NFL champion. There just doesn't need to be that, especially when that team has not been dominant all 3 years. And they have not been dominant this year. At times they've looked really good, but come on. This team is not a one-loss team. Come on. If you go back through many of those games this year, you'll find that the Chiefs benefited from so many bad calls that if you take even a couple of them here and there, they have maybe 2-3 more losses. I mean, let's be honest, it's just the case. But the Bills have a great shot to win this weekend. I cannot wait to see the Bills, I think, finally do it. The Bills finally get back to the Super Bowl for the first time since 1992. Am I right? Let me know if I'm wrong down in the comments below. But Josh Allen, if he is going to cement his legacy as one of the really, truly great quarterbacks of his era and a potential future Hall of Famer, you need to win this game. You need to win it. You need to dominate. You need to beat the Chiefs down. You need to show that you are the better quarterback this year than Patrick Mahomes. And I think you can absolutely do it, Josh Allen. You can be the one to finally beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the playoffs. You can finally show those Chiefs fans at that stadium that the world doesn't revolve around them. You can show Taylor Swift that fuck you, the world doesn't revolve around you. Go Buffalo, go. The Buffalo Bills win this weekend, 34-31. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna come down to the end, but the Bills finally make it back to the Super Bowl, and Josh Allen is gonna be the reason why that happens. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Otherwise, have a great day, and as always, God bless.